So our eyes are constantly exposed to light.
Yeah.
And over the period of decades, that light does cause, in fact, the light continues to cause damage at all times. And there's a balance between damage and repair. So there's a injury caused by light, and there's a repair which happens in the retina. As long as it is balanced, or the repair part is more active than the damaged part, our eyes, our retina, they remain healthy. But as we age, our reparative mechanisms become weaker.
Okay.
And damage continues to happen, and also the accumulated products of damage, they're there in the retina. So it's sort of a wear and tear of the retina which happens. Yes, it is a familial tendency to that aggravates that. Environmental factors can aggravate that, but macular degeneration which happens with the age, this so-called age-related macular degeneration or senile macular degeneration, is predominantly a wear and tear phenomena with added predisposition to it which comes in the family, and aggravation which happens with the lifestyle. So smoking, exposure to toxins, exposure to chemicals, excessive exposure to the UV light, and ill health, otherwise poor nutrition can all aggravate that. But that aggravation happens over the lifespan. It's not just one time or short time thing, which also means that consuming antioxidants when the macular degeneration is set in, it will be of no use at all. It will not affect the eyes at all. It's already damaged. And sadly, there's no definitive treatment for that. The treatment which is there in the form of various injections and all are only have very, very minimal role to play in only stabilizing the disease to some extent. But it's a wear and tear phenomena, and once it sets in, it only goes downhill.
एक बार शुरू हो गया तो वो स्लो हो सकता है, थोड़े दिन के लिए मैनेज हो सकता है, but स्टॉप तो नहीं होगा.
Yeah. So I can give you an example of my father himself got this disease, the age-related macular degeneration, and which became quite severe. So much so that ultimately he had a very poor vision. He could not read, he could not write, he could not recognize faces. So he could function otherwise very, very well. He could move around normally, but he could not recognize faces because in this center, there's a blob which comes, and the central vision is totally knocked out. Background vision is all right, but the central vision gets knocked out in this degeneration. So recognizing faces, seeing, looking at small things, reading and all becomes very, very difficult. And despite the fact that he had access to the best of the treatment, we could not do much to save his eyes. And in his case, the predisposing factors were there was a family history, he had asthma, he was a smoker all his life. So these were the factors which were aggravating the whole thing. A reversible or something that could have done what is the smoking, something which could have stopped, but he did not, and that did take a toll on his eyes in his later life.
So smoking, कितने साल की smoking is okay?
To rephrase your question, how much of poison is okay?
Is okay.
Yeah. How much of poison is okay to consume? How much of toxins are okay to take?
Yeah.
How much of a hurt is okay to bear? Right. So I think the answer lies with the person himself or herself. Right. How much damage to your body you think is okay to bear? Right. And I can, you bang your head in the wall, see how much hurt you can bear. I'm sorry, I'm being a little crude there.
No, that's
but,
right.
But it's like, actually like banging your head on the wall.